HQbird Database Analyst is a tool that allows a database administrator to analyze detailed Firebird database statistics and then identify possible problems with performance, maintenance, and how an application interacts with the database. IBAnalyst can get statistics from the live production databases through services API or analyze text output of gstat commands. Statistics from the peak load periods can give a lot of information about actual performance problems in production databases. Let's work through the key features of Database Analyst. When you look at your database statistics first time, things can be not clear, especially if IBAnalyst shows a lot of warnings by colored red and yellow cells. Let's consider an example of database statistics from the live production database, which is 1 terabyte in size. Summary tab shows a lot of information, but the most valuable is transaction state. At this example, you can see that some transaction is active for a long time. IBAnalyst marks such transaction state by red because this transaction may prevent records versions to be considered as garbage by server and so to be garbage collected. This is a possible reason of slowness. The more versions exist for some record, the more time it will take to read this record. In order to find this long-running transaction, you can use HQbird Monlogger tool. Then to find out which tables were affected by long-running transactions, I mean tables with a lot of record versions, you need to go to Tables tab of IBAnalyst. At Tables tab, you can see tables and their important parameters, number of records, number of record versions, record length, maximum number of versions, and so on. You can sort this view to find the largest tables. Especially we are interested in the tables with many record versions, since they make garbage collection process for affected tables much longer. Usually, it is necessary to run trace sessions to identify problematic update or delete algorithms for tables with many record versions and then fix them. Column versions shows total versions count for particular table, and column max versions shows maximum versions for some record. For example, if you look at table C and T, there are 1.9 million records, total versions are 980,000, but one record has 350 versions. It means that reading this record is much slower than reading other record without long chain of record versions. This picture also shows a lot of tables where data was deleted. Due to long-running transaction, server can't delete these versions, and they are still on disk, still indexed, and still being read by server. Let's look at Indices tab of IBAnalyst. Some production databases can have indices with the only one key value indexed. This can happen because database was developed to be extended in the future, or someone just experimented with the indices during development or tests. You can see these indices as useless in IBAnalyst. Since such field contains the only one value, using this index will cause useless reading of index pages from disk to memory and consume memory when server will prepare which rows to show for that query. Of course, that is not all that you can find about your database in HQbird DB-Analyst. Please read DB-Analyst user guide to learn more about this tool.